Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Klein. I am teaching this 8-week course of English 1210, and I wanted to come on and make this video to talk about some of the things we'll be doing in the course, to talk about our novel, and some of the course fundamentals, and some of the first few assignments that we're going to be doing. So, hello, everyone. It's nice to meet you all. Hopefully, you can see this. I'm on our course Canvas page here. And in the first course welcome module, we just have a little meet your instructor thing. We got a syllabus, but if you go down here, there are two things that you're going to need to do: a syllabus acknowledgement and an academic code of conduct acknowledgement. So when you go in there in the syllabus acknowledgement, you're just going to click on that, click preview, and then you would just click I agree here. Once you read the syllabus, it's essentially you saying, I've read the syllabus, I've understood it, and I read it. So all you have to do is start. You say it'll ask you, do you want to preview this first? You click preview and then just go into I agree. I understand that this syllabus serves as a guide for this course. The instructor reserves the right, all that good stuff. You read it, you understand it, just click I agree and then submit that, submit quiz, and you're good. You're done. So all you have to do is click the I agree after you read the syllabus. And then the next one is an academic code of conduct acknowledgement. So you do the same thing, click in there. You will read the academic code of conduct that's right up here. And then once you do, just click preview. And then there's a couple of questions for you to answer. It more just says, it's not really a question. You just click off these things. I will not lie, cheat. I will not da-da-da-da. I will not da-da-da. If you agree to all these things, then question 2, you put your name, your date, and everything, and then just submit quiz. Okay, so I've acknowledged I read the syllabus. That's the first one. All you have to do is click I agree. And this one, you have to click off all the things that says I will. You're agreeing to conduct yourself by these rules of code of conduct. Okay, so those are two things that you're going to do as soon as possible. Get in there and do those things, and that will be that. But it's just you have to do that and go in and say you have read the syllabus and understood it, and that you agree to conduct yourself by the North Carolina Academic Code of Conduct, the NCCU Code of Conduct. So read this whole thing and click those, and then write your name and the date, and then submit quiz. And then you're done. So for that first section, that's what you're going to do. And then you have other things like student support resources, tutoring, etc. You have all these links for all these different things. So very helpful there if you need any assistance. FAQs, and there's a student lounge here for you to post questions for me, etc. Okay, cool. So probably one of the most important things this week is to get a hold of this book, Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. Okay, I have the hardcover, but you can get a used copy online for usually around $10 or less. This is the only required text we have in the course, and you're going to be reading this novel over the 8 weeks. It's interesting. It's good. I like it. So I hope you'll enjoy it as well. But I want to talk a little bit about the first section reading in here, and even maybe read on the jacket a little bit just to prepare ourselves for what we're reading. Okay. So this is how you will sort of navigate through the different modules in Canvas. It's really important to first read the introduction, click in there. And this is the intro. And then you can just, as you go through, this sort of lets you know what we're going to be working on in this module, clarify everything that's supposed to be done, what you'll read. And you see it says, here you're going to read the first 45 pages of Clara and the Sun. That'll be due next Friday or Sunday, if you can get through it, hopefully, by the time you get the book. And I understand that many of us might not be getting the book and we're waiting on it to be delivered. That's fine. The course is sort of designed where you can work at your own pace, but there are those guidelines for page numbers as we go through. And don't worry about due dates right now. I'll be going through and putting in due dates as we go along. I'll be doing that pretty soon. So, but yes, for this particular first section, you're going to read the first 45 pages, Clara and the Sun. Then we have an article in there and a comprehension quiz for that article, and then a video interview with Kazuo Ishiguro, the author of the book we are reading, Clara and the Sun. Clara and the Sun. So we can click next here, and then the next thing you'll have after that introduction are the learning objectives here. So this lays out everything that you're doing, that we're doing in this module, very clear, all your responsibilities. Then click next. These are the learning materials. This is super important. These learning materials is where everything essentially is. The articles you'll read, the videos we'll watch. We're going to be watching some documentaries, etc. So The learning materials after the introduction and course objectives are very important. So make sure you read all these because this is where it all happens. So you can see, please read through the course syllabus. Don't worry about it, insert syllabus PDF here. Read this article. You just click on this, and it's a very short article. It's only about a page, so pretty easy. And then after that, we're going to just read a brief article called What is Speculative Fiction? Because Clara and the Sun kind of qualifies and falls under that genre. And then you're going to watch this interview with Kazuo Ishiguro. So you're literally just going to hit play. Yeah. So you're going to watch that whole interview with Kazuo Ishiguro, the author, and that'll help you sort of prepare you for the book. Talks about his motivations and what he was thinking about when writing the book. And then we click next. And I think that yes. And then you have an assignment here where you're going to be doing introductions. You're going to be doing your very first, your post here, first discussion post. Okay, cool. Now let me go back to the module here. I think that's pretty much it for that first module. Yeah, you got your introductions. So we've got 4 assignments here. You've got that discussion board introductions. You've got the tech survey questionnaire that you're going to be filling out, all about how you use technology. Then you're going to read the article, The Mere Presence of Smartphones Reduces Your Brain Power, Study Shows, and answer the comprehension questions there. So you click in, and we have just a couple of questions here. You can see. You'll answer. And I'll be putting in the due date. It'll be due next week, probably by Friday. We'll start kind of slow. And I'm trying to think of other things I want to tell you. So we've got the syllabus acknowledgement. We got the academic code of conduct acknowledgement that you have to do. Please make sure you read the syllabus. Get a copy of the book as soon as you can. And in this first section, I will be putting due dates in the first couple of modules. But this first section, make sure that you read the introduction and learning objectives and learning materials. Make sure you read those first 3 things for every section. It's that way for every single module. You see intro, learning objectives, learning materials. Make sure you don't skip those. Sometimes students just skip to the end and just find the assignments and they screw up because there's so much in those 3 first things explaining what's going on. So just make sure you always read the introduction, the learning objectives, and the learning materials for every module that we're doing. Okay. But this is our first week, so we're just getting started. I understand that many of you may not have the book yet, but please get a copy of that as soon as you can. Again, it's a very popular book. It's out there. You can get used copies. Your local bookstore, your local library will probably have a copy of this. So, but everyone should have a physical copy. I love reading audiobooks, I love listening to audiobooks, and I have no problem with someone getting a copy of the audiobook. If you're on Audible or any of those other things, you can use that. But you're responsible for knowing the page numbers in here, okay? So, for example, the first 45 pages, how would you know in an audiobook, right? Okay, so everyone should have a physical copy of the book so we are keeping track of those pages, okay? Because the pagination obviously is going to be off for the audio version. So everyone should have a physical copy, even if you are someone like myself who likes to read audiobooks, so that you can keep track of what pages you're on. Okay, cool. But yeah, by next week, we'll be done with this first module. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all the information I have for you right now. Make sure you go and do those syllabus acknowledgement and code of conduct acknowledgements as soon as possible. I've updated our attendance information, so make sure you interact with the course. Anyone who has interacted with the course, I can see how much time you've spent on. So if you've spent time on the course, I've already marked you here for attendance. But if you have not accessed the course and I have no evidence of you accessing the course, you have not been marked here yet. Okay, even if you just logged in and looked at the course for a couple of minutes, I'm marking you here. But if you have not interacted with the course, you are not currently enrolled, or you're not marked as attending. Okay, so how do you get attendance? Go through and do that syllabus acknowledgement. Go through and do the academic code of conduct, and then I will see you are interacting with the course and how much time you've spent, and I can put you on the positive side as far as attendance goes. Okay, so I'm sort of like looking over a little list of things I wanted to tell you, and let me just go over this again. So syllabus, read it, and submit that syllabus acknowledgement thing. Read the academic code of conduct. Make sure with each module you are always reading the introduction, the learning objectives, and the learning materials so that we understand everything that we're supposed to do. I'm going to be putting in sort of guiding due dates for this first module. I understand that because people are waiting on their books, they might not be able to get the reading done in a super quick time, but the course is sort of designed so that you really don't need to be through the first 45 pages until like the end of next week. So like by the end of next Sunday, I would like everybody to be at least through the first 45 pages. I'm never going to penalize you for reading ahead, but I want to keep everyone on kind of a track. I know we all read at different rates, and it's pretty much, work at your own pace with the book, but I just have page numbers up in each module to kind of guide us so that ideally we finish by the end of the class. Okay, so hello everyone. It's great to meet you all, and I look forward to interacting with all of you as we continue the course. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything, or need any assistance from me, you can always reach me at bklein1@nccu.edu. It's on the first page of the syllabus, my email address. And yeah, please reach out if you have any questions. But yeah, right now, get a copy of the book, try to get through first 45 pages by next Sunday, and yeah, complete that syllabus acknowledgement, the academic code of conduct acknowledgement, and then start through that first module, and I will be putting due dates in that module soon today. Okay? All right, thanks everybody. I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to the course, and I will see you next time. Okay, how do I stop this thing? Uh-oh. Oh boy. Am I still on here?